Be blessed by the divine. My name is Krish Murali Eswar. I have been a Kundalini yogi and a Kayakalpa yogi for the last about 30 years. I've been initiated into this yoga by Vedatri Maharishi. And there is a very beautiful system that Swamiji has given us on eradication of worries. Let me give you a few examples of people who we have helped to overcome their stress in life. First of all, there is this boy who used to work along with me in Wipro, and he was under a lot of stress because of, number one, he had a very stressful personal life. He also had a very stressful work environment because his client was putting a lot of pressure on him. He came to us, and while we were running a meditation center in Wipro, those days I'm talking about maybe 20 years ago in Bangalore, I was running the center there. So this boy came to us and said, I'm under a lot of stress, and because of that I'm not able to concentrate at work, and I have therefore not performed very well for over the last about 3-4 years. What do I do? So he had clear symptoms of stress affecting him. He was not able to speak clearly, he was not able to think clearly, he was not able to focus his mind on a single object or a work over a longer period of time. So we taught him Kundalini meditation. We also taught him the eradication of worries or managing stress process that Swamiji has systematized for us. Over a period of time, he overcame the problem. So how did he overcome the problems? First of all, he asked himself what was the reason for the stress. So he had about 3 or 4 reasons. He wrote that down. And then he asked himself what he should do to manage the stress. Clearly that there are certain stresses like what he had in the house because of his stepmother. She was always kind of giving him some wrong comments once in a while and putting him down in front of her own child. He was getting very stressed out that maybe his stepmother didn't really like him. So first he learned to ignore her. So he superimposed his earlier stressful reaction with a reaction of ignoring her. So over a period of time, as he started ignoring her, she also stopped commenting on him because he wasn't reacting. Okay. Second, at work, the work pressure was very high, and he decided that he had to plan and act on it. So he sat and he would write a weekly plan on what he needed to achieve, and on a daily plan he would write down what he needed to achieve. So over a period of time, he was able to manage himself within the time that the client had given him, and he succeeded within 6 months or so. He was really performing well in his organization. The second example I'll give you of this young man who had just gotten married. He had just gotten a child, but he had a lot of financial problem. He comes from a very poor background, so lack of money, not having money in his hand was really stressing him out, and he was getting short-tempered. He was very unstable with his emotions within the family, and he was taking it out on his wife and on his child. So he came and learned our meditation and the introspection process, and when he went to the alpha level of frequency, and when he was able to think about what was the root cause of the worry, he clearly understood it is because of his lack of competencies on the job. That was giving him a lot of worries, and that was also giving him the lack of confidence, a sense of insecurity on the job. So he sat down, he said that I'm going to plan, I'm going to improve my competencies on 3 areas, and he focused on it, and he continued to prepare himself towards improving his skills. So over a period of about a year or so, he became proficient in those skills, and he started succeeding, and the stress went away. Another example of this lady who had a very stressful family life. She had gotten married and into a family which wasn't well off. She comes from a very rich kind of an environment, but she fell in love with another boy who was from a middle class family, and she married him and went into the family, but her mother-in-law didn't really somehow like her that much in the beginning, and that was really giving her a lot of stress, and she decided that she would try to win her love over her side, and she again came to learn our meditation techniques, and the process of eradication of stress. And she applied those techniques on her own stress management problems, and within about a few months she was able to win the love of her mother-in-law. And over a period of time, the mother-in-law started accepting her as part of the family, and they are now very, very peaceful and happy. So stress is a very complex subject as I understand it. Clearly it can trigger within a human being in any different direction, and you may also be affected by stress in some way or the other in life. There are various techniques available. One such technique is the horticultural therapy technique. I have heard about the horticultural therapy and how it has helped many patients, particularly patients who have high anxiety and high distress levels. Perhaps you should also give it a shot, because it is something that could help you to connect with nature, help you to calm your mind and go to the alpha level. By just simply being in nature, your mind is likely to go to the alpha level of frequency, which is 8 to 13 cycles per second. At that level of frequency, your mind assumes enormous potential, enormous capacity to look into itself, introspect, understand the reasons for the worries and stress, and gain strength to overcome them with new techniques and new ideas and new actions and new words. I do hope that you overcome your stress and succeed in your life. All the very best. Be blessed by the divine. All covered.